F-Zero. Hello everyone and welcome to First20 here on Steven Plays. My name is Steven George. I play video games every Friday, the first 20 minutes or so of a game. Today I'm joined with my lovely wife Mallory for a game that she has never played before.
But I'm so good at racing games.
F-Zero, man. F-Zero. Now, before we jump into this, and actually, while we jump into it, Mal, you play, you start a Grand Prix, and I'll explain a few things about F-Zero. You get to choose a cart? Should I call them carts here? Or 4 different racers. Mal's going to go with the Blue Falcon because Captain Falcon, man. Knight, Queen, and King, obviously, you're going to go with the Knight League.
Okay. And
then do beginner class because you're a beginner. The reason we're doing F-Zero is, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I've had a longing to do this game recently because of the music. I really like the music. When it comes right down to it, I'm not a big F-Zero fan. I'm really not. I did not grow up with this game, although I have an interesting story related to how I discovered the game and how the game stuck with me for a long time, and I had a big clicking moment when I finally realized this is what this game was. So for the uninitiated, F-Zero was actually a launch title for the Super Famicom in Japan.
Like this version? Okay.
Yes, this game. Well, we're playing, you know, well, I guess it would... I mean, I don't think it would be in Japanese, obviously, but this is yeah, but otherwise, yes, F-Zero. Because the Super Famicom came out in 1990 in Japan. There were 2 games that came out for the Super Famicom, and that was Super Mario World and this, F-Zero. In the States, we got the Super Nintendo in 1991, and not only did we get Super Mario World and F-Zero, we also got SimCity, we got Gradius 3, and we got Pilot Wings, so we got a few extra things. Now, a lot of people said the reason that F-Zero even exists was to demonstrate Mode 7 technology. And Mode 7 was a technology that was built into the Super Nintendo, which allows it to transform and scale graphics. So what you're essentially looking at right now, it looks like a 3D racer. It looks like you're racing around the map. But in actuality, you're not. There is no 3D. What you're actually seeing is a long graphic that is moving around the cart, which is really neat. So Nintendo went above and beyond with the Mode 7 technology, and this was, for all intents and purposes, a test to see what they could do. The software development time behind the game, I think, was like 15 months. And it was ready for launch, so they pushed it. And it was beautiful. And actually, F-Zero, in some way, shape, or form, actually set the standard for sci-fi racing games. Way back, oh my god, I can say this, 24 years ago. It's hard to believe that the Super Nintendo game is 24 years old, but time does fly. But a lot of people have become familiar with Captain Falcon because of the Smash Brothers games, which is a fate that NES has also suffered. People have learned about Earthbound in the Mother series because of the Smash Brothers game, so it's not a bad thing. F-Zero has not gotten a whole lot of love over the years. This first game came out in 1990, and then it wasn't until much, much later that we had proper sequels. There's been a few games released on the Game Boy Advance. There's been F-Zero GX for the GameCube, and also F-Zero X for the N64. But not a ton of stuff. Not too many titles in the F-Zero line. Although, very interesting enough, there is an arcade game.
Really?
Yes, there's an arcade. Have you ever played the Mario Kart arcade game?
Yes, I have.
I think it's I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty sure it's made by the same company. I think Namco makes it. I know I think Namco made the Mario Kart one. I think they also made the F-Zero one. But
I did so good.
You did do good. Move on to the next race. Keep racing, because I still have a few more things to talk about. Mute City, Big Blue, these are also all tracks in Smash Brothers. So, this is, F-Zero is a first-party franchise. You know, once again, not getting a whole lot of love from Nintendo in terms of releasing of games. I think the last F-Zero game that we got was like in 2004 or 6 or something. I believe there was like a Japanese-only release called F-Zero Climax or something. It was in 2004, 2006, something like that. So it's been a long time. It's been like 8 to 10 years, I think, since we've heard any news from F-Zero. But whenever it first came out, it changed a lot because of the Mode 7 technology. Pilot Wings also did this. Whenever we got our Super Nintendo launch here in the States, another game that took advantage of Mode 7 to hell and back was Pilot Wings, which was a really big deal. Other notable games that used Mode 7, Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island did a lot of cool scaling effects with bosses and such, and all of that was possible with this technology. But the reason I became familiar with F-Zero, I never owned it as a kid. There was I can't even call him a friend, an acquaintance of mine. My mom, this is going even above and beyond my stories, but my mom used to cut hair regularly. She was a cosmetologist. She did hair, and she would do essentially house calls. She would go to people's houses and cut their hair. I would go with her. And there was one time that we went to this person's house, and they had a son, and their son was quite a bit older than me. At the time, I was pretty young. I was probably 4 or 5 or something like that. And the son was, I don't know, maybe 13, 14 or older. And he had a Super Nintendo. One of the games he owned was F-Zero. And I had never seen F-Zero before. I had played other video games. I think maybe at the time I even had a Super Nintendo, but I didn't have F-Zero, so I played it. And what really stuck with me was the music. I really sucked at the game, but the music stuck with me, and it wasn't until many years later, and I'm not even sure when I started hearing I guess maybe Melee was whenever I heard the music, maybe before that, that I was like, oh snap, that's what this was from, F-Zero. I ended up picking up the cart, playing through a little bit of it, and honestly not really liking the game, but loving the music.
I'm enjoying this, actually.
Are you liking the game?
Yeah.
I mean,
No. There we go.
To be fair, I'm not big into racing games, but I like the sci-fi racing games. There's another series, I'm never going to remember the name of it. Oh my god, it's been on most of the Sony systems. It's been on I had it for PSP. God, it's
Twisted
another
Metal?
No, not Twisted Metal. It's a sci-fi racer.
I don't know.
It's had a lot of iterations. I'm not going to remember the name, but I will put it on screen right now so you can see it. But I played a lot of those games. Of course, I'm not going to remember it. But F-Zero, a lot of people say that F-Zero really set the standards for the genre because it did such an amazing job. Speaking of amazing job, Christ, Mal, you're doing really well. The game itself, You want
to try the next one?
Yeah, well, I'm a little worried now because you've been doing. Give it to me. You've been doing so well, and now we're moving on into Sand Ocean. God, I think there's 8 tracks.
Ooh, this one looks tough.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Don't be afraid to break.
Okay. As far as the controls go, it's pretty straightforward. There is gas. There is brake.
You get a boost.
There, you do get boosts for it's for completing laps, right?
Yes.
Oh god! Oh Jesus!
You also have the triggers.
Oh yeah.
Shoulder buttons.
If you touch the sides, you take damage, and that's what the power meter is at the top. So it's very easy to die in F-Zero. You don't want to die. Dying is bad. Whenever you get up close to where the beginning of the race was, there's a little strip, which will you son of a, which will refill. Which will refill your health. You can actually take racers out.
I know.
They can explode, and then they're not a problem anymore, which is nice. And also try and wreck them.
Stuff's on the right.
Yeah, I got it. Whoa! Gotta refill my stuff. And I'm gonna hold on to my super jet, which is the A button until the straightaway, which is right at the very end. You son of a. There are, I think that's Samurai Goro is his name?
I don't know any of their names besides Captain Falcon.
There's 4 characters. There's Captain Falcon. One of them is Samurai something. Samurai Goro, I believe. And then I think one's named like Pico, and I don't remember the other guy. But once again, didn't grow up with this game. Not super familiar with it. All I gotta do is get to the oh my god, I'm drifting so bad. Big turn. Ugh. It's a lot easier.
This is your straightaway.
There we go. Use the jets! Use the There we go. And I have an extra one, too, because...
when you're in second.
Oh, God. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good right now. I'm good. I could probably... Oh, my God. I could probably use it here. Also, I was trying to hold down the button instead of just tap it, because all you have to do is tap it to activate it.
Yeah.
And that was the thing I didn't need to be doing. But yeah, that was how I first found out about F-Zero, was because of my mom cutting hair. And that's to be honest, that's actually how I found out about a lot of I don't want to say classic, but obscure, slightly. They're not even obscure. They're just games
you didn't pick up.
Yes.
You wouldn't have picked up as a kid.
Yoshi's Cookie is one.
Straight away.
Thank you, Mal. I need to get some power, though. Come on, buddy. Give me the power. Give me the power. Because I'm in third, and it's not looking good. Wait, how am I in third?
You're in second.
I know, but there's 2 cars in front of me. Did I lap someone? Also, why is that?
I don't know.
Did that car get cloned? What the balls? I'm really confused about what's going on right now, but I'm trying to go. There's a good chance I will die before this race is over, and that saddens me greatly.
Oh.
Another game I remember playing at that household was SimCity. It's the first time I ever played SimCity, and I did not get it at all. I was far too young.
I played SimCity in 7th grade, and I didn't understand it.
In 7th grade?
I only remember it was 7th grade because I was in art class.
Oh, God. Power down. Power down.
Can't hit anymore. You're straight away.
I'm on my... Come on, buddy. Come on. I need the juice. Oh, God. Oh, God. I have low power. I'm on the final lap, though. It's all going to be okay. I'm probably not going to get first, but I'm gonna try real hard to not explode, which is going to be kind of an accomplishment at this point. Now, see, SimCity's interesting because I never really played any of the SimCity games when I was really, really young, but I do remember actually... Limit 3, what the balls does that mean?
No idea.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I remember renting and being really into SimCity 2000, though, for the Super Nintendo. So, somewhere along the line, I did get into it. Oh,
straight away.
Oh my God! Photo finish!
Wow!
What? Oh my God, that was amazing! Holy crap! Photo finish indeed. Look at the ranks there. That was. Oh wait, those are my laps.
No, that's where you were on each lap.
I know, but it doesn't show. It doesn't show what second place is.
Oh, yeah.
Aw. Darn your primitive technology. Mal, I'm handing it back to you.
For Deathwind 1.
For Deathwind 1. Oh, my lord. Also, if Mal finishes this, we beat half the game. Which is cool. There's a bunch of different leagues and stuff. And also, I think that in this game, maybe not all the tracks, but I think at least Mute City actually will randomly change the time of day. So, like, sometimes you'll be playing and it'll be...
oh, that was a boost.
Yeah, this is just a big straight track.
I see that.
So you have to be hardcore and be in the middle. But I think sometimes the time of day will change a little bit on it. Like, it can be day or morning or night or anything like that. But if you're into the F-Zero series, that's cool. And more power to you. I own the GameCube version, and I've played a pretty good amount of that. We may do that as a First 20 at some point, because especially if you like this mount, because this is actually... the GameCube version improves on a lot of stuff, and I really enjoy it. I have never, ever played the N64 version, though. In fact, I'm pretty sure I don't even own it. I remember...
bumper cars.
Actually, this is all coming back to me now. I remember being younger and seeing that... I had Nintendo Power before the Nintendo 64 ever came out. I remember reading about F-Zero X, and then wondering why there wasn't a Metroid game announced for the N64, because they never released a Metroid game for the N64, which was strange. It wasn't until the GameCube that we got Metroid Prime, and I remember thinking that and being like, why does F-Zero get to be so great? But I also never really liked racing games, so that's why I was prejudiced towards it. I was like, I don't really care for this. That music's good. I never really, you don't hear a lot of this music. A lot of the music that you hear nowadays is just from Smash Brothers.
No.
Which is just Mute City and Big Blue. This is good too. Mal, you're really...
do this.
You're really tearing it up. Like, you're a lot better at this game than I thought you would be.
Thanks.
No offense.
I'll take it as a compliment.
But yeah, you're really... you did a lot better than I was doing, too. Are you using, like, the shoulder buttons as well? So you're just... You're kind of in the groove right now.
Yes.
You're, like, lapping people. Okay, you seem to turn into a monster briefly there. Anyway, be sure to let us know down below about your history with the F-Zero series, because it's such a weird one. We went many years after this first game came out before we ever heard of any other game, and then it was a few years after that before we ever got F-Zero X. The series has only ever had, like, I think 5 major games in the series. There's been other stuff, but it's like 5 major games. Not much love has been given to it over the years. Perhaps if you grew up with this on Super Nintendo, I'd love to hear stories about how you found it. Or though, you know, maybe you got... God, maybe you're... No offense, maybe you're really old. And you got it. You got
that was the end of the race. I thought I crashed.
Oh, nice. Maybe you got the Super Nintendo at launch and you actually got Super Mario World and F-Zero. Of course, we also had other options. We
Your turn?
Pilot Wings. I know we're not at 20 minutes, but to be honest, I think we've said everything that needs to be said for F-Zero. Now, I'll let you do a lap or so on this while I wrap up the video, but this one's going to end just a little bit early. Most of the first 20 videos that we do actually are 20 minutes. The exception being that I can remember Sonic R, but that's just because Sonic R was so freaking bad.
Those are bad.
Yeah, those are landmines.
Those are bad.
Yeah.
Those were very bad.
Also, you missed a jump.
I know.
Sorry. I'm not saying this out of experience. I'm saying this because that's what I'm gathering. But yeah. People loved this game. People continue to love it. I'm not going to say it's aged wonderfully, but
I don't think it's bad.
But that's what I was going to say. I was like, it doesn't... I mean, really? 1990? 24 years ago? The very beginning of the Super Nintendo era? Not freaking bad. Nintendo did alright. You are not getting... Oh my god. Wow, this one's actually going to end with a bang, folks. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time here on Steven Plays. I know she's gonna explode. No. Like, you're gonna explode.
No.
Like, there. Oh my god. You're like right there.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Mao. But you know what? You're a really good racer.
Thank you.
You're just a really dead racer.